So if you've been following the manga, they just dropped a huge bombshell on us. And based on how manga to anime transition gets paced out and what would make the most thematic sense, or dramatic sense rather, I think today's episode is going to end where the manga just left us. So I'm prepared for that. Otherwise, this is the episode that's finishing up at Masaki's house. She's going to get that key instead of a clock, and they're going to go catch Mirror and fly and have a good time. And then craziness is going to happen. Let's find out if I'm right. Of course I'm wrong. Like, I'm really good at being wrong. Whenever you see me gambling on something, gambling the opposite where I go, because I'm guaranteed to be wrong. We didn't make it to episode 24, or chapter 24. The preview for next episode, that's chapter 24. Like, the whole thing is going to be just that one chapter, apparently. You can't end on that. Madhouse announced the second season already. You're going to give me gray hair. This episode was fun. But I guess I was expecting too much from it. I forgot how much there needed to catch up. The conversation between Toya and Fujitaka that got removed from the beginning of the manga chapters where Sakura goes to Masaki's, that got put to the beginning of this episode. All the exposition dump with Ariel. Completely forgot we hadn't done that yet. That exposition dump actually did some interesting things. But then at the end, where Kaito interferes, which is a cool enough sequence, but at the end, where Kaito's walking off, it's like, oh, my watch that was broken. You know, it gives us a little bit of, there was at least one theory that the relic that Kaito stole was the watch. That's definitely not the case. He doesn't care that the watch is broken. The relic is, again, it's probably either Akiho herself, or it's the book, or there might even be a third thing that hasn't been released yet, but I'm guessing it's either the book or Akiho. Still don't know what Momo is, what her significance is, other than it occurred to me that, like, Momo's a rabbit, and there's this whole Alice in Wonderland theme going. I don't know why it took me that long to catch up to that, but yeah. Other thing that the Kiro Yue Ariel exposition dump gave us was finally, we got the explanation of the whole incontinuity between the end of the anime to the second movie to the anime again. Remember how way back in the beginning we were saying, so in the manga, the house was never destroyed. That's how Akiho moved into it. But in the anime, for the second movie, the house got destroyed, and then it's back. Why? Well, in the anime, they did a lovely smoothing job and just said, someone rebuilt it. Kaito rebuilt it, probably. Because it's a great place to store magic. Whatever that means. I'm not a magic person, I don't know. The final part of this episode had a very, not finale, but we're about to have the finale feel to it, considering that at the end she captures Mirror as quickly as she does in the manga, and then the music starts playing, and they do the flying scene, which is really good. Like, that was, I'm not going to rip on the wonky faces for it, but it just, the moment was good. I'm going to move past ripping on the animation all the time and just enjoy the fact that while it looked clunky, the feels were there. So I'm going to accept the feels and just close my eyes and enjoy the moment. Moment that I know I can't enjoy because next week I have a lot of expectations because the manga just dropped a big reveal on us. And that's, again, the next episode. Okay, so the next episode might cut some of chapter 24 and might move directly into where the chapter was and then do its own thing. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to resolve in one more episode if they're not going to either do another season, which I don't think there's enough story left to do another season unless the manga's going to keep going, or they're going to move into a movie, which would be great. I know a movie would look good, but I don't think that I don't know. There's so much stuff that I don't think we can fit it all into one episode. What are we going to do? Yeah, I don't know what the finale is going to be. We only have one more week to find out what the finale is going to be, whereas the manga could have months left in it. So I don't know. These last few days have been a roller coaster because like the chapter dropped a couple days ago, now we got this one, and my expectations were not met for this episode, so now everything I know is going to get crushed into the last episode. Whew, I got nothing. This is the sound that I make when I have no idea what to think. So I'm going to go ahead and just call it here and hope that whatever happens next week is the finale that we all want. But I don't think it's going to be. So, see you next week. Bye.